welcome back. You know the drill. I am taking my Ray-Ban Meta glasses and we are going to the Goodwill outlet. If you are new here, I have been posting these videos since I started this channel and I've been posting them really frequently. So if you like to see Goodwill outlet locations around the country, I take you thrifting with me almost everywhere I go. I'm gonna put these on. I live in Los Angeles. If you are new here, my name is Nikki. I've been a part-time reseller for over 10 years and I love thrifting. So, not sponsored. I know some of you are tired of hearing me talk about these, but I have to mention it because I always get like one message, like, why is the footage vertical? These only film vertically, so yeah. And then stick around to the end. I always link these down below. I love them. I need to stop like throwing them around. I'm so scared I'm gonna break them. Stick around to the end. I will show you what I got. And as I always say, it's gonna be a long one. Grab a snack, grab a drink. Let's get into it. Alrighty friends, welcome back to the Goodwill outlet. The thing you see at the top of the screen is indeed my hat. I always forget every time that the hat comes into the frame of the camera because the camera is right in the middle of the glasses. So I am sorry, but here is my Hulkin. I spared you all like 20 minutes of me going through every single bin from top to bottom, but I will show you in this video some things that I did pick up. I like selling Anne Klein and sending it to ThredUp, especially when I can find a dress, but that one had like a rip at the front and the back, so I passed on that Sanctuary plaid top, the universal thread top, which is Target. I passed on. I'm trying to get better about showing you the actual brand tag as I'm thrifting. I did pick up, is this the dress I picked up? No, I did. I'm going to show you a black dress I picked up for myself. It ended up being too big, so I am going to either send it to ThredUp or sell it at one of my local thrift stores. We shall see. Did I pick up this dress? I think I did. What's the brand? Or am I going to show you the Toby? Yes. I think I was going to pick this up. I do pretty well selling this at my local thrift store. This one was tiny though. It was tiny and I saw a couple stains. Now I remember. So I ended up throwing that one back. Do excuse my nails. I do my own nails and I always say I was in between nail appointments, the appointment being with myself. My oldies but my goldies know I love a press-on nail. I started doing them during 2020. We all know why. The nail salons were closed and I never went back. And on this day, I was in between my nail appointments. I actually did my nails right after this video. I do give my nails a break. Like sometimes when I've taken a week off of live sales and I'm not going to be showing things up close, you know, with my fingers on camera and I don't have any real estate stuff and I'm working from home for my full-time job, I will give my nails like a week break. Banana Republic, bread and butter brand for me, but you can see this had some major pilling. Looks like Goodwill wanted $6.99 for it. That was actually Banana Republic Factory. I'm actually starting to find Banana Republic Factory more than Banana Republic. Free People, usually like 80% of the time, Free People at the Goodwill outlet is a pickup for me, but this thing was so like messed up. It was just so, you know how Free People is meant to look, you know, kind of like, not grimy, grungy sometimes. That was beyond that point, so I passed on that. I did not know Joe's Jeans makes kids jeans. I don't know if these are girls, boys, unisex, but I picked it up for my giant 4-year-old. He's already wearing size 6 clothing, so I got these for him. They're in really good condition. And a lot of the times I find kids clothing at the Goodwill outlet, it's like 50-50. Some of the stuff is really messed up. I found a $1,000 dress. Did you see that little floral piece in my Hulkin? We'll get into that in a second. Or a minute, I should say. But yeah, I didn't know Joe's Jeans made kids jeans, so he was really excited. He's so cute. Every time I bring him stuff home from the thrift store, he's like, oh, wow, thanks, Mommy. I also found him a really cool firefighter jacket that I'm going to show you. So, yeah, you learn something new every day. I did not know they made kids jeans. Tommy Hilfiger is another brand I pick up quite frequently, especially if it's in good condition. But I realized, like, these were teen because they said size 14, so I think they're a teen because they were pretty small. I probably should have picked those up and send them to ThredUp. I could have made a couple bucks, but I prefer to sell the men's stuff. Tommy Hilfiger sells really well. I was gonna pick up this Taylor dress. Taylor sold at Nordstrom Rack, a couple other retailers, but it had a lot of snags in the lace, so I decided to pass on that. That's probably like a 80, 75, maybe $70, $80 dress. Just too many snags. So I decided to pass on that. What is this? Tons of plaid. I'm finding so many great fall and winter pieces in summer. I love it because so many people are passing on it. And I'm picking up some great stuff. I need sports bras, so I was thinking of getting that for myself, but it was a little too big and not enough support. This is the black dress I picked up. A little boutique brand black dress. Nice little LBD that I was going to wear for date night. But surprisingly, it was just big in all the places I didn't want it to be big. So I still picked it up, and I am probably going to sell that in a live sale. I do pretty well selling dresses on my live sales. By the way, shameless plug, I'm having a lot of live sales this week. Come and check them out. I always link everything down below. I always recommend checking out the description box. YouTube's making it a little bit harder to find it. I already sold this J. Jill top in a wholesale order, but if you just click more, like right under my title, it'll expand, and I put everything in there. Discount codes, links to live sales. If you want to check out my Poshmark closet, all of that is always in the description box. Links to my Instagram, TikTok, all of that stuff is in the description. I did find this dress. It is Vine Tree. Never heard of the brand, but it was new with the tags, $44 retail. I think I looked up, and it's like a boutique brand. This is a perfect like live sale item for me. And if things don't sell in live sales, I will then, if I check comps and I'm like, this could sell pretty fast, I will list it. Usually what I do is I sell a lot of unlisted inventory in my live sales because it's just an easy way for me to bring things home, show them in a live sale, sell them quickly, and then whatever doesn't sell, it's still stuff that I can list or sell to ThredUp or sell to consignment stores, other thrift stores. So that's my process. This is when they tell us now you have to leave the floor, stop shopping. That guy's not following the instructions, and then we all get in trouble and get screamed at. And then they change the bins. And this happens pretty frequently, which I'm not going to complain. At first, when they started doing this, I was a little annoyed, but they changed the bins so frequently here that, you know what, whatever. I'll just stay off the floor and show you guys what I picked up. Look at this little firefighter jacket I picked up for my kiddos. This can fit both of them, my 2-year-old and my 4-year-old. They loved it. I cleaned the little whistle. I soaked that sucker. And they've both been having fun with it. This Topshop blazer, I love. I'm just realizing I think I show you this in a thrift haul that I've already filmed, so stay tuned for that. It's a size 8. It's a little oversized for me, but I think I might keep that. Here is this dress. The price tag says $1,000, friends. More on this dress towards the end of this video. I'm going to show you in the haul portion. I had never heard of this brand, never seen this brand before. Goodwill only had it priced at $10. Yeah. More on this dress later. Very pretty dress, size medium. It looked very much vintage to me, and after further research, I have learned that it is vintage. This is at the time I made a little friend. She and I were talking, and she was like, how long have you been here? Have you found some good stuff? And I was like, yeah, I only have an hour. My mom's watching the kiddos. And then she told me like her mom recently passed, and we had a nice little conversation, and she was really sweet. I don't want to show her face or anything, and I didn't film the conversation, but it's nice to make friends. Like if you would have asked me like 8 years ago, do you want to make friends at the bins? I'm like, no. But you know what? It's actually refreshing to talk to people, to be kind to people. Like I would have never known that she had lost her mom, and she was like telling me about some health issues she was going through. And I could tell she just wanted to chat. And honestly, chatting with her made me appreciate life. So anyways, you never know what people are going through. Sometimes they just want to chat. It doesn't kill you to have a 5 second. It was more like 5 minutes, but honestly, I was happy to talk to her. So just my little 2 cents. So you can see they brought out the new bins, and almost 90% of everyone ran to the new bins. And here comes only child Nikki going to the picked over bins because I need my personal space. If you are new here, you already know I don't like people in my personal space. I always say like it's an only child thing. I don't know. It might just be a me thing, but I almost never go to the new bins. It's just so chaotic. I don't even know what I'm picking up. So I go to the picked over bins and I still find really great stuff. So stick around to the end. I picked up this boutique brand top because it's new with the tags. I probably shouldn't have picked this up, but it's new. Q4's coming up. It could probably be like a quick $10 flip on a live sale, or I can sell it to a consignment store. But we're going to go back to the house. I'm going to show you a haul. We're going to dig in deep, talk about this $1,000 dress and what the heck is going on with that. This was a great bins day. Subscribe if you enjoy Goodwill videos because I am doing a ton of thrifting. I'm doing a ton of sourcing just in general. So subscribe, especially if you like Goodwill bins videos though, because I've been doing a lot of that. And let's go and get into the haul. That was really awesome. I don't know. Let me just show you some of the stuff. Okay. I have been picking up these men's suit jackets for years. Here's what I can tell you about men's suit jackets. Some of them are very long hold items. Like, you know, I've had some men's suit jackets for almost a year, some of them for 2 years. Some of them will be fast movers. Some of them will sit for a while. They're just looking for the right buyer, but almost always it's like a full price sale. It's great. And I have never had a return on a men's suit jacket because I'm very detailed with measurements. I give them shoulder measurements, chest measurements, sleeve measurements. I say whether it has shoulder pads or not. So I'm not like an expert suit jacket seller, but I do pretty well selling them. Just check sell-through rate, and I would say like go into it with realistic expectations that it may sit for a while, and if you don't have the storage for it, just pick up the stuff that maybe you find that can sell a little faster. Like I found a Italian designer jacket that I got at the Goodwill outlet for $2, and it sold in less than 3 months for $99. But a lot of the ones I find are more like these obscure ones. Like this one is, I'm pretty sure I showed you. Here's the brand tag. I looked it up, and the sell-through rate as I'm filming this isn't bad. It's just there's not a ton of sold comps. So we shall, oh no, I'm looking at it up close and there's a hole. This is the ring light never lies, friends. There's a hole there, so I'll inspect this even more. I'm still gonna list it because that's a tiny hole, and I will inspect it when I photograph it to see if there's any more holes. But this is made in Switzerland. I don't think I've ever had a suit jacket made in Switzerland. I don't know if I showed you all in the shopping portion. This is so heavy, but I found this blanket. Let me show you. Oh, do you all remember the Crate and Barrel blanket I found at the Goodwill outlet? I already sold that for $65. That sold in less than a week. Do not sleep on blankets, linens, those types of things. I was gonna say drapery. Is that the word I'm looking for? Like curtains. I find that stuff at the Goodwill outlet every single time I go. If it's not in the best condition, you know, maybe pass, but check comps if it's something you can stain treat. Like this one still has this tag attached. It's called Bear Abbey. Or Beer Abbey. It's BEARABY. It's their look, it still has this tag attached. I don't think it's new because it does have some of the knitting that's kind of loose, but I don't know that it's been used. I never realized I don't have my ring on until I'm filming. I told you all this when I first got engaged. I take it off when I work out just because I need to get it resized. It moves a lot and it scares me. Like when I'm working out, I just got back from the gym, got dressed, went to the bins, filmed at the bins, came back, did all this, and so I try not to wear it to the bins because it's shaky, you know. And then I always am like filming and I'm like, something's supposed to be here. Jeez. I need to get it. Actually, I'm just going to tell hubby. Like, I think he said he was going to do it. He needs to get it resized because it's jiggly. I was going to keep this. So what I was saying, tangent. If you are new here, I promise you I will get back to the point. My videos are the type of videos you put on while you're listing, photographing. Maybe you're at work, you put in some earphones and you're hanging out with your friend Nikki, okay? I go off on random tangents, but I get back. Amanda Uppercher, the resale value cannot be that great, so just check comps. I picked this up because it was $2 and it has no stains or anything. And it's a size large. It's a little drapey on me. I'm a medium because I was thinking about keeping this for work. It's a really nice dress with pockets. It's knee length and it has a belt, which is nice. It's a perfect work dress for me. I love the color. It's just a little big. That's the problem with having thicker thighs. Everything will fit my thighs, but then I don't have the waist or the hips to go with it, so then I end up just looking like bulgy and things. So I think I would need a medium, but that one is listed. I've already listed that. So if you're interested, send me an offer. I don't always find Rent the Runway pieces at my Goodwill outlet, but I do find it quite a bit, and I love it because usually, you know, the Rent the Runway is a website where you can rent clothing. It's a subscription site. I think you can pay. I have used it. I used it quite a bit for work. Like I have a lot of work events that I don't want to buy dresses and gowns and suits for. So you can actually just rent one outfit, but they really promote you to have a membership. And they have everything from like mid-range clothing, like the lowest end would be like Madewell, J. Crew, all the way up to designer items that retail for thousands of dollars that you can rent. And they cycle through their stuff. Once they're done renting it out, they liquidate it. So you can buy it in pallets. A lot of third parties will have them, like Boutique by the Box. Helpsy oftentimes has Rent the Runway stuff. I've purchased Rent the Runway from both of them. Rent the Runway is my favorite liquidation to purchase as of right now. If you ask me a year from now, that might be different. But I love purchasing Rent the Runway liquidation. I haven't bought it in a while. I need to I love their stuff because it's really good, trendy stuff, usually like mid-range to higher end pieces that people are looking for, and it usually sells pretty quickly for me. So whenever I can score it at the bins, you better believe I pick it up, even if it has flaws, because it's just good stuff that people are looking for. And the way you can tell something is Rent the Runway is by this barcode. Oh, it's not there, but there's usually a little barcode here with numbers, and that's the barcode for Rent the Runway. That's how they label their pieces and everything. So that's how I knew that. That's what that was. This Topshop jacket I really want to keep. It still has the dry cleaning label on it, so whoever had this took really good care of it. They dry cleaned it. It's a size 8. It's a little big on me, but I don't care. I love a big blazer. I love bright colors. Like, this is the type of stuff I wear to work in spring and summer. Like, I would wear this with black and black or black and white, and it just, you know, makes it feel springy. I'm 5'6", you can't see, but I might keep this. I'm like talking myself into keeping it. I'm like, it covers my booty. It's so soft. So I think what I will do, I don't really list a lot of Topshop unless it's new with the tags or like a really coveted piece. I do sell quite a bit of it on live sales because I can start this really low, you know, like 12 bucks, 15 bucks. This retailed for $85. So if I don't keep it, I will sell it in a live sale. Or if it doesn't sell in a live sale, my consignment stores and my thrift stores that I sell to love selling that brand. I don't know why I'm out of breath. I think it's because I'm doing this 25-day challenge. It was a recommendation from TikTok. Her name is Izzy, and it's Pilates by Izzy. It's a 25-day challenge. I just did day 1, and oh my gosh. It made me realize that while I do a lot of cardio, I do cardio 6 days a week, I don't do enough strength training, and the first day of the challenge was 34 minutes and everything hurts now. It's a full body, so I'll link it down below for any of you who are interested. But I was on TikTok seeing like before and afters of the people who did They started day 1 and they finished day 25, and they show you before and after, and they are so toned and they just look really good. So I'm like, all right. So I'll keep you posted on how that goes. Here's the $1,000 dress, or 1,000 something. I don't know, friends. I can't find almost anything on this brand. Here's the brand tag. It doesn't have the dollar sign, but I'm like, is that 1,000 shillings? Is that 1,000 pesos? $1,000? I don't know. But this dress feels very nice. I know I showed it to you in the video. Goodwill only wanted $10 for it. That's why I'm like, this can't be $1,000, because my Goodwill's seeing $1,000 price tag would price this all the way up to like $500. And it looks like it got marked down to $600. And I've never even heard of this store. It's called Metro. Let me Google it. Have you all ever heard of this store? Metro? Let's look it up. Metro clothing store. Oh, there's a couple of Metro clothing stores in Los Angeles, but I don't know. None of this looks like it. And then when I looked up the brand, let me look it up again. I looked it up. There's not anything listed right now. Anywhere. It keeps pulling up Dior, Christian Dior boutique, but this is not Dior. And Gianfranco Ferrer. I don't know, friends. I have no idea. If any of you know this brand, let me know. I think I might just send this to ThredUp and see what happens, because I literally can't find anything on Poshmark or eBay. So I might just send this to ThredUp, take off the Goodwill tag, and see what happens. And I'll keep you posted. I do that a lot with stuff that I'm just like, I have no idea. I'll either send it to ThredUp or the Real, and whatever happens, happens. It's a $2 gamble, you know what I mean? Or maybe $1,000 gamble. But if any of you have info, if you want to do some deep diving, if I find out anything after this video, I will put it at the end and I'll give you an update, okay? LL Bean, size extra large, nice little shorts. They have an elastic waist, and I need to get these listed because these are bread and butter for me all day, especially in the summer, spring and summer, but I sell these year round. Do not sleep on LL Bean, friends. I know I said I was gonna do a deep dive video on some men's brands. I'm still working on that because I sell these all day for like 20 to 25 bucks. And to pay $2, I think that's great. They're super easy to photograph, super easy to list. And the nice thing about selling men's clothing is they know their size. They very rarely ask you for measurements. I still put a measurement in the description, but sometimes I don't, and they don't ask for them. So it's great. And I have not had a single return on a men's item this entire year. I haven't had it. I don't have many returns in general. My return rate for 2025 is 2%, which I think is amazing, but I haven't had a single male clothing return in 2025. I don't even know. I maybe had 1 or 2 last year. I don't even think so. I need to check my data. I love, I've told you all many times, if I could move towards selling more men's clothing, I would, but the fact of the matter is a lot of women shop online for clothing, and they're probably like 60 to 70% of my buyers, so I have to be real. But it is nice when you don't get any returns. So yeah, I will let you know if I find any info on that. Editing Nikki here. I did indeed find the info. So I made the joke earlier that this was pesos. It actually is pesos. This was a, I guess Metro is a department store that was around in Mexico. I'm not sure if it was in the whole country, but especially in the major cities, a department store like in the 80s and 90s, and I don't think it's in business anymore. So this dress is essentially dead stock, which is amazing. And this brand was a popular brand that they sold at this department store. So This dress, this dress was 1,000 pesos. Then it got marked down to, looks like 599 pesos. So according to my online research, I should list this anywhere from like 60 up to $200. I really don't know because there are no sold comps for this anywhere. That does not scare me. In my years of doing this, friends, I have learned that sometimes when you have a piece that has almost no information online, it can be one of your best selling pieces because there are none out there. And it just takes that one person that knows, that remembers this department store and this brand. So, I am probably, I don't know. I'm still thinking about what I'm going to do with this dress. I usually, when I have more unique items like this, like dead stock items from the 80s/90s, I will put it to auction and let the market decide like whatever they want to pay for it. Maybe I'll start the auction at like $50. I don't know. We'll see. Let me know your thoughts down below. But womp womp. I was kind of sad because I quit. I think I mentioned to you when I picked it up, I was like, I don't see a dollar sign. So maybe this isn't $1,000. That was like my first little hint that, Nikki, I don't know that this is $1,000, but I will keep you posted. Let me know your thoughts. You think I should auction it? Should I list it, buy it now? What do you think? Let me know. Let me know. But it's definitely from the 80s/90s because from what I can tell, Metro, the department store in the major Mexican cities, is now closed down. Like it closed in the 90s, I believe. If that's not true, if you still have a Metro, like I think it's only Mexico. I don't know how many viewers I have that live in Mexico, but if you've been to Mexico recently and you've seen the Metro department store, let me know. But according to online research, they have all closed down.